Now, a couple of years ago, I used to say Fantasio Entertainment was my favorite company. SM, jail time. Duh. They haven't been paid at all, guys. I have beef with their CEO, genuine, like not personal beef. Jail time. They're only doing that to save their face. They need to try harder. Absolutely not. I'm never forgiving them for what happened. Today, we're going to be ranking 30 K-pop companies in a tier list that I prepared. Now, these names are quite boring. I'm going to rename them so that they're more my style. I think the S tier needs something a little bit mischievous. Yes, the smirk emoji really puts everything together. No, A tier is like, yeah, okay. B would be like, they exist. C is like an absolutely not. Absolutely not. And a D would be jail time. That one may or may not be inspired by one of the companies that I'll be putting in that tier, or I predict. But let's get started. These are in completely random order, and I prepared these logos. They're all in like perfect little shapes and cute. I probably missed a couple companies. Obviously, there aren't only 30 companies. Now, Starship Entertainment is known for putting artists in the dungeon if they're not their absolute favorite. I feel like they're really hot and cold with their artists and have a really bad favoritism issue. But I also do like how they debuted Kiki, even though they have really young members. You know, they have age appropriate concepts and outfits, things like that. I'm gonna go with let's be nice. It's the first one. They exist. Next one is KOZ Entertainment, and I want to remind you guys this is about purely the companies, not the CEO. So let's remove Zico from this equation. I personally think Boy Next Door has really good music, and they managed the group really well, like KOZ manages. And the members have a lot of creative autonomy with their music, so I'm gonna go with, you know what? I'm gonna go with that, hey. A Wake One. Okay, well, their promotions suck ass. Does Wake One even know they exist? I don't know, should I put them here or here? That's the question of the day, isn't it? I'm gonna go with they exist. You know what, I'm gonna go with absolutely not, because you know what, their promotions are actually really bad for the potential that their artists have. FNF Entertainment is relatively new. They currently only really have Eunice under their label, but they have really good marketing and promotions for the group, and fan feedback is implemented really quickly too. Similar to what I said before, they also have really young artists, but I think they manage them very well. So actually I'm gonna go with like a hey, but it's very early to tell, so if something bad happens and this video ages poorly, don't remind me. Next up, B-Lift Lab. Okay, ENHYPEN is overworked to the point where I feel like the members' health isn't really prioritized. It's more about money. There's no protection from Sasaengs. I hear about this all the time about Sasaengs going into ENHYPEN's dorms or like following them in airports, things like that. So I'm gonna go with absolutely not. The Black Label, they really confused me, I'm not gonna lie. They were absolutely horrible with Somi and still is to this day. They literally threw her in the dungeon. But with Meow, they're actually doing a pretty good job. So what I'm gonna say is they have really bad favoritism and also the dungeon issue. It's giving SM, but their songs are pretty good too. I'm gonna go with they exist. They exist. Now, a couple of years ago, I used to say Fantasio Entertainment was my favorite company. And I had a whole list of reasons why. I thought they were genuinely a great company. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys the reasons why Fantasio is the best company. But then they actually did Wiki Mickey so freaking dirty. I don't really know where to put them now, but I think I'm gonna go with they exist. Their pros do balance it out. Cube is jail time. No one's gonna argue with this. They had Pentagon in their label and they messed that up. Idol, like, I'm just not even gonna mention. Their songs are good though, I'll give them that. You know, when you compare Big Hit to other hype labels, I would say they're pretty good. You know, they have good management, good songs. So I'm gonna go with, yeah, okay. Next up, we have Modehouse. Now, they have Triple S under their label, and then also Artemis, which is a group that was formed out of like Luna members. And initially, I was like, okay, debuting a group with 24 members, that's just like really selfish and seems like a money grab. Is initially the thought I had about them. But surprisingly, they actually have really good music, really good promotions, and the management is pretty good for handling 24 members. I think they do a pretty good job. They prioritize rest for their artists and also make sure that the members receive schooling as well, making sure that they can balance both, which I think is great. Like, you literally attends university on top of being an idol, and then the other members, the younger ones, also attend middle school, high school as well. They're not dropouts, which for me, I don't know, I take that personally. I feel like when a company forces you to drop out of school, it's like, okay, red flag. I guess I wish they promoted Artemis more, and that's why, you know what, I'm gonna go put them in hay. And I know some orbits might kill me for this, but I'm sorry. We all know what happened with 50/50, jail time. Dreamcatcher companies, yeah, okay, you don't really hear much about them. RBW has amazing songs, really good creative control for their artists, but I feel like their artists are overworked. So I'm gonna go with They Exist. High Up Entertainment is actually also one of my favorites because Stacey's promoted really well. They have amazing music, and the CEO of the company, Black Eyed Pearson, who pretty much built the label up from zero. I think he really cares about the members genuinely. Like, the members are allowed to date. They're like treated like human beings, I feel like. To me, it doesn't feel performative. And I know a lot of people hated on High Up Entertainment because initially they had this rule where the members couldn't get phone use, like personal phones, until they got their first twin. And while I do admit that was a little bit controlling, but I feel like that's the only thing and it could be worse. It is a little early to tell because, you know, they only have one artist, but I'm gonna go put them with, yeah, okay. Jellyfish? Absolutely not. SM Jail Time, duh. They literally have the most lawsuits ever with EXO, TVXQ, and more, and they just are so problematic. I feel like the term dungeon was created because of SM Entertainment, but they also created Red Velvet, which y'all know is my ultimate favorite group, so I've got to give them that. And also their music is amazing. Great music, just very morally incorrect. Everglow, end of story. They haven't been paid at all, guys. And it's been more than like 7-8 years. Insane. FNC handles controversies so poorly, and they manage their groups also very poorly. So bad at marketing, and they pretty much just neglect their groups with Cherry Bullet, SF9, PH1 Harmony. We're gonna go with absolutely not. The Muse Entertainment, you might know them for Reseen, which is a girl group that newly debuted. So this is again one of those smaller companies that you might not have heard of yet. But I think they're doing a really good job for a small company. They definitely can do a lot more with Reseen, with promotions. So far, amazing concepts, amazing songs, and I think they manage their artists well. I really see their vision, so I'm gonna put them in, hey, Adore. I have beef with their CEO, genuine, like not personal beef, but I just don't fuck with that. Jail Time. IST Entertainment is so sus to me. It's like they just exist, but also they manage their artists so poorly. It's the way A-Pink built them up for nothing.
I hope you're hungry for nothing.
H Music also went by Envy Entertainment for a while. Oh my gosh, they just confuse me a lot because UA has so much potential, but then I feel like, are they trying their best? They are a really small company. Like, they give them pretty like regular comebacks. The songs are pretty good, but I feel like they could do so much more. So I'm gonna go with They Exist. BPM Entertainment. I think they're doing a pretty good job with their artists, but I guess more comebacks is what I would say for their artists. KQ Entertainment is kind of known for being one of the top companies. Like, their CEO really cares about them. Psychers and also ATs, of course. They have consistent promotions, creative control, and also an unlimited budget for food. Means that, you know, diet isn't really heavily cared about. I'm pretty sure AT's members also have like private dorm rooms in their dorms, not private dorms. Also, they aren't thrown in the dungeon after Psychers debuted. Let's go give them a hey. YG deserves jail time. So many scandals, artist mismanagement. The long hiatuses and promotions are frankly just bad and not helping the group at all. They also made Blackpink members drop out of school. Just overall very problematic. I don't think anyone's gonna disagree with me here. Guys, G-Friend, the way they handle the whole Karam situation, absolutely not. Momoland, Lapillus, like literally where the frick is Lapillus? Also, we don't know why half of the Momoland members left the group, and to be honest, I don't know if the members know themselves either. JYP really markets themselves as a very artist-centric and like a healthy company, but I feel like it gives greenwashing, meaning that they're only doing that to save their face. They have decent artist care, I would say. I mean, longevity at least. Twice literally re-signed all 9 members, which is very rare to see actually. But then again, GOT7, Day6, ITZY, I feel like they aren't really promoted to their potential and they could definitely manage them better. On the other hand, they do have like mental health support for all of their artists and trainees. I'm gonna ignore JYP America here because that will get way too messy. I'm gonna go with, yeah, okay, but literally not by a margin. DSP Media, they tried with Card for sure. At one point, they were like against April in the whole April bullying case, and they just are a messy, small company that I think isn't really putting their hardest. They need to try harder. Absolutely not. Very lastly, Pledis Entertainment. Okay, like, they're pretty good with 17, but literally anyone else they cannot handle at all. Like, what happened to Pristin? I'm never forgiving them for what happened to Pristin, so absolutely not again. And this is the final result. What do you guys think? I'm surprised it all ended up fairly equally. I thought I would have like a bunch of negative ones and not a bunch of the good companies, but it ended out pretty good. Let me know your thoughts on this. If you disagree, agree. If you disagree, just do it respectfully in the comments. Do not fight anyone in the comments. We are not that kind of people. This was kind of fun. I kind of want to do this for like other things. I don't know what it would be. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.